We're about to hop on the computer screen and I'm going to do a screen share and show you exactly how I took a web page I had my employee build and just did some basic SEO optimizations on it. So this video is specifically for local SEO for a service. So I'm going to show you how to kind of make sure that your H tags, your alt tags, file names, URL, all this kind of technical stuff. We'll touch on schema markup, links, everything like this. We're going to go over all this kind of stuff in this video, and hopefully you'll have better insight on how to get your local service webpage ranking in the search results after viewing it. I hope you enjoy. If you do like the video, please remember to like and subscribe. We will be coming out with a lot more content. So if you like the content, there's more coming. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification, leave a comment. I'm happy to answer any questions. And besides that, have a great day. See you on the other side. Here is the page she created. And overall, this page looks very good. I'm very happy with it. So, like I said, I am making this video as training for my employee Samantha, who is getting better and better, and I am delegating more tasks to her to allow her to get more hours, since she now has the skills needed to, build web pages and do some other things that we offer as a company. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to show someone who maybe is just new to SEO or a small business owner that is working on their own website, what they can do to improve their web pages for SEO purposes. So this is a page for junk removal. So we have a lawn and landscape client in the greater Atlanta area, and he is trying to keep his employees busy over the winter months. Atlanta's a warmer climate, so there's still a little bit to do here and there, but he wants to keep his key guys employed year round. So he felt maybe by adding a service, another service outside of the lawn and landscape realm could keep those guys busy. So I think that's a great idea on Sam's part. And this is the page we created. And I am about to just optimize this page. So I'm not gonna make this a super long video by showing you everything, but I'm going to show you my thought process, and then I will show you what I did to make the changes, right? So here we go. Junk removal, potentially this is the H1 tag as it should be, but it is currently not. So that's one thing we're going to address. And then we have garbage removal, debris cleanup. I'm just kind of looking at the headlines here. Attic junk removal, basement junk removal, garage junk removal, and moving junk removal. So as I said that, and as you read those, that's a lot of junk removal, right? So I'm going to be looking into variations of keywords, so we're not just hitting junk removal a million times. When it comes to something like junk removal, when we have like a national kind of household name service company that does junk removal, aka 1-800-GOT-JUNK, I'm going to want to work that in some way, shape, or form, just so we have that information on the page for Google to kind of put 1 and 2 together, 1 and 1 together, whatever. Oh, this is a very similar service to 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We know exactly what 1-800-GOT-JUNK does, right? As they're probably going to be less familiar that Sam's Personal Landscaping offers junk removal in a small geographic part of the country, right? So, this is a Chrome plugin. So you just go to the Chrome extension store, get SEO Quake, and then you can run this on any website. So here's our URL slug. She has put it under services, named the page junk removal. I think that is going to be just fine. We have our canonical URL set. The title is pretty good, but she did repeat junk removal twice. So we're going to want to just vary the keywords. So on your title, you want to basically just get as many keyword phrases as you possibly can into the title, because Google is putting a little SEO weight on this. For your meta description, they're not supposedly referencing this for SEO. You want to focus on a CTA or otherwise known as a call to action. So you want this text to speak to the person that would be potentially browsing the listings in the search results and deciding which one they're going to click. So I really like this meta description. I think what I'm going to add is 1-800-GOT-JUNK alternative at the end of it. One reason is, like I mentioned, I want to associate our company or this service with 1-800-GOT-JUNK since it's doing the same thing, and because people comprehend numbers faster than words. So by putting numbers in our meta description, it will stick out to human beings that will be reading the search results. So here's what I just mentioned, that we need to swap that junk removal over to a H1 tag. All the images have alt tags. That's something Samantha's been doing for a lot of our clients for a long time, so I kind of expected that to be done. We have our schema coming in from probably just the whole website, so that's good. Our open graph Twitter card, blah blah blah, and everything's kind of already been set because this is more specific to the website, and obviously we're going to make sure all this stuff's done. So this is kind of more the important information to this page specifically. So we're going to address the H tags, adjust the meta description and the title, and as far as this goes, everything else is good. One thing I wanted to touch on real quick before I made all the edits was viewing this on mobile. So if we look on a desktop, the images alternate from side to side, right? And I think that just, is a nice visually appealing way to display the content. So that's great. But if we come to the mobile view, look, our images are not alternating. They're stacking image, and then text, image, text. So we need to address this. We're going to address this very simply using the Divi toolbox, but you would have to just look up the code snippet to reverse columns on mobile devices and then enter that CSS and add your classes or IDs or whatever to accomplish that if you're not using Divi and the Divi toolbox. Another thing is when we come down to this, we have a lot of white space up here, so we're going to want to play around with the spacing a little bit. And you may be wondering why I'm saying this. See, just gaps, spacing in the gaps, and this is, just a preview by shrinking the browser viewport. So this is not exactly how it's going to display on mobile, but it gets you a pretty good idea. But what we need to do is, address the spacing and flip-flop the pictures and stuff, because a big part of SEO is real life user signals, and if your web page is not displaying properly or how people would kind of expect or for things to make sense, then people are going to bounce or not view as many pages or not spend as much time on your site. Ultimately, there's a better chance they will end up on your website and not contact you, which obviously is not good, right? We want them to end up on the website and then contact the business via phone call, text message, form submission, whatever it is. Get on the email list. Like, you want to be able to contact them some way, shape, or form after the fact, and make it very easy for them to contact you. So we have our CTAs are pretty good here. I like that. There's nothing wrong with those. Pictures are good. Her word choice in here is excellent. I'm not going to read all that. The link will be in the description if you'd like to view this page. But I will, hop off and make all the changes, and then I'll show you the finished version. But what I'm going to do for our keywords is I'm going to come to the Google Keyword Planner, and I'm in a different client's account that is actually running Google Ads right now. And the reason I'm in an account that is running Google Ads is because you will get more detailed information from Google's Keyword Planner if you are on an active ads account. So Sam's website is not currently running ads because he simply just does not need ads running right now. His SEO is working as it should. So we're not running ads. So I'm going to use a different client's website that is running ads so we get all that full data. And I'm going to type in words like junk removal, 1-800-GOT-JUNK, trash hauling, debris removal, I mean, that may be good enough right there. We'll see what Google spits back. Okay, so we can see junk removal and 1-800-GOT-JUNK. They're noted out. They're not viewed as the same search terms by Google, and you can tell that because the competition has a high and a medium rating, and the bid range is different for these two terms. So that is just insane that 1-800-GOT-JUNK has that kind of brand recognition, that they're getting just as many searches as junk removal itself. That is a great job on 1-800-GOT-JUNK's part. But what we want to look at is, I'm going to sort these by average monthly searches. We want to find out the terms people are using the most. What I'll do is I'm going to download these keyword ideas into a CSV and then manipulate them inside Excel so I can view the information better. But right here is the kind of stuff we're looking at. We want to look at terms that are getting searched. So junk pickup is going to be a keyword we're going to want to work into a H tag. Home junk removal will be a term, you can't really work in near me. This would be something to work in on an image file name. Alt tag if possible, something like that. I mean, it's not actually really how you're supposed to do your alt tags, but you could potentially slip it in there to get found more for near me searches. Build out your citations to make it very obvious that you are a local business in that area. But this is the kind of stuff we're looking for: junk hauling, haul away junk. So we're just going to naturally work these words into the paragraph text and the H tags of that web page, and these potentially will make it into the title and stuff like that, just so it's very clear to Google what's going on. And when people are searching for this service in Sam's service area, his web page will rank. So that's enough of the before. I'll make all the changes and then I will be back in a minute. So I have made the edits, and here is the revised version of this web page. So what I ended up doing was swapping this to a H1 tag. I made all of the other headlines H2 tags. I recently read an authoritative blog post saying Google really doesn't care what you're using with the H tags, as long as every page should just have one H1. It should not have 0. It should not have more than one H1, although apparently it could have more than one H1, which just makes it a little confusing. But I just stick to one H1 per page. That should be the focus keyword, if you will, for that page. We have it in the slug of the URL. We have it as our H1, and naturally it's worked into the text on this page. We also have it in another headline down here still. So I changed this little icon was gears. I changed it to a trash can icon. I changed this to got junk per the Google keywords. So I referenced my Google keywords once again, and found that got junk. There's got junk right there. This is just little got junk. This scrolling on this is terrible, but that's how I came up with that. We haul away trash, or haul away trash, was found in the Google keyword planner, so I added we. Trash haulers was in there, so I added your local trash haulers. You don't exactly want to just copy and paste the keywords you identify. You want to make your website unique. So that is what I did. I went and swapped out the headlines. If you noticed, I made some text bold. I added a review, a link to the reviews, a link to grab a quote. So basically just another CTA mixed into the text. This is an external link to a Wikipedia page. So 1-800-GOT-JUNK's Wikipedia page. I obviously wouldn't want to link to a competitor's website itself. And then I put another link to the core services, just to kind of tie this in back to, hey, this is another service offered by Sam's Personal Landscaping. If you didn't know already, the web portion of the web is made up by links. So links are very important, whether it be external links or otherwise known as backlinks if they're coming into your website. So that would be a link on another website coming into your website. Those are very valuable if they're coming from an appropriate website, meaning another local business or an authoritative website in your niche. Getting backlinks from buying backlink services are probably going to do more harm than good. But you can still, create the web, if you will, by linking out to other websites, and this will just kind of help Google piece together what your web pages are about. So you want to work in links internally and externally. So we have all this. Like I said, I was going to play around with the spacing and make sure these images displayed right on mobile. So I've done that. So we've got rid of all that extra space. We come down here and now our images are displaying in the right order with the appropriate headline and text under them. And it'll just be a much better user experience at this point. So that is great. We'll come in here to edit the page so I can show you the meta description, how that changed. And I basically did what I said I was going to do. I have added all of these keywords to the SEO title. So you want keywords in your SEO title. It's a lot of junk, but that is exactly what people are going to be searching, so that's okay. I even put got junk right here, junk again. So there's junk all over the place. And then, like I said, I put the numbers into the meta description because that'll stick out to people. Yoast is telling us we are green on our SEO analysis. It was green before I did anything, so that's great that it stayed green after my changes. Samantha has been working with the images for our client sites for a long time, so I expected them to be uploaded with file or friendly file names. So this is how it was uploaded to the website. Trash hauling service in Peachtree City. So that is a great headline or a great title for this image. And if you notice, the alt text is not populated here, but it is populated where it should be, right here. We're using Divi, so Divi does not really recognize the media library alt tags. So you want to put it in this section right here in the advanced tab if you're using Divi, and it should be exactly what the image is. You want to try to work in keywords and stuff like that, but alt tags are specifically for screen readers, not for SEO purposes. You can get a little SEO benefit out of them, but the idea is to describe that image to someone who potentially has a visual impairment. So she did a great job, and she's very good at that. So that is all that right there. Yeah, so we got our links. I think the only thing I'll really want to do, in case I did anything, the only thing I would say we still need to do is we need to add this to the website menu because it's currently not in the menu. And then we want to add some links on some of these other pages to that page. So since we are approaching the winter months, I'm going to go ahead and get a link on Sam's homepage pointing to the new junk page we just made. I'll add it to the menu, and then maybe on the about page, or probably the about page and the fact page, I will go ahead and add a link to the new junk page, because at that point we'll have a handful of internal links pointing to the web page. I have somewhat authoritative lawn and landscape websites that I own. I will write a blog post for Sam on one of my websites and get him a backlink from a complete outside website. So all of those things will help Google know that this page has been added to the website. It is a valuable page and they should rank it appropriately. Whenever you build a new web page like this, what you want to do is go to Google's search console. So we'll pull up Sam's and we'll come in here and we're going to go, what we're going to want to do is grab the junk removal page. So it's going to grab that URL, throw it into here, and it's already on Google, submitted and indexed, last crawl on September 23. So basically all I'm gonna want to do is say request indexing, because I just made a bunch of edits that we'll want Google to pick up as soon as possible. So by slapping that URL into Search Console and requesting indexing, like it says, page changed. Yes, the page just changed quite a bit. So that is that. And if you notice, like from the quick appearance, especially on the desktop, it doesn't look like it changed that much, but there were definite SEO optimizations made that we want Google to pick up as fast as possible. Something else I wanted to mention was Samantha put the schema markup on this page, so that is why they were reading it. And here it is. So she put basically some speakable and some service schema on this web page, because it's a service page, and the speakable is just so this page can potentially be the voice answer on Alexa or Google Home or anything like that. So I hope you found value in the video, and yeah, we do this for small businesses to medium-sized businesses across the country, and even have a couple international clients. So if you're looking for an ethical web service you can trust to just get your results, we need a realistic budget. But if you are willing to pay us what we say it's going to take, we basically guarantee the results. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry once you have it all figured out. It's just a matter of getting a realistic budget to work with, and then we can get your results. So our website's in the description. It's optimize.design, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot.